So we are going to bring up Bill Russell from CrossFit Cleveland. Bill, come on up. Let's give him a round of applause. So Bill's coming up. I worked out with Bill probably about 10, 12 years ago when I wasn't such a wussy. And he got me in the best shape of my life. And I let it all go. But Bill has a really great story of entrepreneurism and grit. And Bill, I'd love for you to tell that story real quick. Here you go.
Thank you, Jim. Jim just brought me because I'm old, and it makes him feel young. I got one question for you. Jim's talking about experience, and do you love your customers? Do you love your customers? Because I'll tell you what, if you don't, someone else will. Okay. So he's got a big lineup today. I don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm going to try to make a little more sense of that for you. You guys hear me okay? Make a little more sense of that in a few minutes. I have cards only because I can get off on tangents like nobody's business. So I'm just going to keep me on so Jim doesn't get the hook and pull me off stage. So I don't know what kind of crowd's here. Some of you might be in sales, marketing, helping somebody else grow their business. Sounds like many of you own your own business already. It might be part-time, might be full-time. You might want to grow it or help it, keep it from failing. Or you might have a business and you want to start another one. So I think what I'm going to say is going to maybe appeal to all of you. I've started 2 full-time life-supporting businesses in my life. One back in my mid-20s that lasted about 15 years. It crashed and burned, but that's another story. I learned a lot from that. The second one, still going. I started with my wife, Stacy. She's back in the middle. Couldn't have done it without her. We're about to start our 20th year. Okay? And so there's something in common about both of those is I started them both part-time. And I'm a really big fan of starting a business part-time for 3 main reasons. One is you can prove your concept while the stakes are low. You're not going all in and losing your house if you made a few mistakes. You get to learn the ropes. You figure out how to do what you want to do, and you prove the concept. You make sure that people are going to pay you enough money over and over to make it worth your while. And the third is to find out if you like it or not. I mean, it's one thing to have a great idea and like to do it a little bit, but you got to do it for 10 and 20 or 30 years. So make sure you like it. Does everybody like their business right now? Hopefully you do. Good. And so that thing about liking your business, we all hear about passion. You got to be passionate about what you do. I think, though, passion is not about loving what you do. And I'll get to that in a minute. And to know something is that passion doesn't pay the bills. If you're passionate about what you do, that's not enough to pay the bills. I mean, who doesn't love laying on the beach and drinking margaritas or playing golf all day? It doesn't mean it pays the bills. What passion does is it keeps you from quitting. Because when you're in business, for those of you that are in business now, you know how hard it is. How many times you've wanted to quit because it just is hard. Passion keeps you going. And so if you're not passionate, if you don't love what you do, you're not going to make it. It's just not enough to love what you do. But, sorry, getting ahead of myself. I know Jim's got me in a hurry. But it's not enough to be passionate about what you do. I think the real key is to be passionate about the results or the experience that your customers have. Let that sink in. It's not about you. It's not about the letters behind your name. It's not about the skills you have. It's not about how great you are at doing whatever you do. It's how much you care about the results that your clients or your customers get. And that's what keeps people coming back. Jim talked about experiences. Why people want to come back is because you get them the results, but you really care. That's what'll keep you going. Now, how many of you have really thought about that before? Do you love the results that your clients get? I didn't see a lot of hands. Good. And think about that. When you're thinking about a new product, a new service, what are the results they get? What's the experience? And do you love that? That's what keeps us going. I can tell you something about my wife, Stacy. We run a gym. I'm not going to tell you details about stuff unless you want to know. I'm going to be around all day, so if you have questions about how we've gotten through things, I'm happy to talk. But I don't want to bore everybody. But Stacy loves what she does. But what she does, she loves the results her clients get. She's a healthy habits nutrition coach. She works with clients in our gym, not on the exercise side. She does, she's a coach, but she works with them on cleaning up habits. And she loves to see the results that they get. It's not about her spewing a bunch of bullshit and loving to hear herself talk. She likes to see the results. And that is what keeps people coming back. So when I talked earlier about, do you love your customer? It's not like how you love your life partner or how you love your kids. And it's that you love the results that they get from dealing with you. Jim asked me to talk a little bit about the business, and he knows me. He's known me I've known Jim for about 15, 16 years. I used to be in the computer industry. My first business was computer services. Wildly successful until it crashed and burned in 2001. But I learned a lot. Then I started another business. I stayed in the computer business, running a software company for a friend of mine, a very wealthy guy who had gotten into a software business that he didn't know how to run. And I was working there for 5 or 6 years. It was a document management company trying to sell to the construction industry. We were about 10 years ahead of our time. And we started CrossFit Cleveland, a gym on a part-time basis, my second business, part-time. And it was going really well. And this is the message that I think Jim wanted me to get across is, how did I know? How do you know when it's right to make a switch? And so I've been working hard in this computer business, the software company, trying to sell this software to construction people. It was a great idea. It looked perfect on paper, but it was really a struggle. And over here, I had this gym that we had started on a part-time basis, and people kept coming and they loved it. And they kept coming back, and they were paying us, and there was no stress, and it was making money. And I was like, this is crazy. This is awesome. But I kept beating my head against the wall, trying to make the software company succeed. And one day, I picked up this book. Now, I'm not here to sell you anything, but I bet you that half of you are going to buy something today. You're going to buy this book. I found this book by Seth Godin called The Dip. And in this book, it's a little skinny book. It teaches you how to either, when things get rough, you either dig in and keep going, or you quit. And you think, how is a little book like this going to answer that question for you? Because that's pretty complicated. And I'll give you to summarize that book in a couple of sentences. What Seth Godin says in The Dip, has anybody read The Dip? He says, when things get tough, he goes, think about, are you the best in the world at what you do? If you think about that, that's a big statement. The best in the world? Now, he didn't mean the best in the world, the entire world, to everybody in that world. He meant, are you the best in the world to a certain segment of the market, a certain set of customers? Maybe it's only 100 people. But to those people, the results that you get them, are you the best? The best. And if you're not, quit. Or figure out a way to do it. So why did that hit me? And I'm almost done, Jim. Put that hook away, because this is what they came for. I am getting up, going in, and this job I had, working for this software company. First, it was a startup. It was a good salary. I had a six-figure salary. This is 20 years ago. Expense account, flying all over the country. A good gig. It beat my head up against the wall. It's just like, what's going on? What are we going to do? And I realized one day, this company is never going to be the best in the world to not even the three ladies at this table. It's not. It's going to be pretty good. The concept was awesome. It was ahead of its time. But even if we got to a point where it was really pretty good, really good, in a year, we're going to be behind because somebody else is going to make it better. And the guy who was funding the company was not sitting there going to throw more money into it. Somebody would have made it better. It was never going to be the best in the world. Then I got this gym, this little gym in Lakewood, Ohio, with 110 clients. They paid a lot, so that's all we needed. But I'm thinking, these people love what we do. They keep coming back. And Jim will tell you, the accountants, like, they hate the workout. It sucks. But when they're done, they feel better. And all of a sudden, week in, week out, they're like, I feel even better. This shit works. Jim told you he was in the best shape of his life when he was working out with us. We were the best in the world for a certain segment of people. Not everybody, but just a certain segment. And I'm like, it's fucking crazy. This is never going to be the best in the world over here at the software company. This little gym I got, you know what? I think that that's where I should put my focus. And that is what caused me to make the decision to leave the computer industry and start this little gym. Because we were the best in the world to somebody. So I'm going to tie all that together. If you can find something that you love doing, you love it, so you can do it day in, day out, and not quit when it gets tough. And you can also love the results your clients experience, the results you get them. And you combine those two into something that people will pay you for over and over. You got it. That's what we have right now, and that's what I hope to continue. And I hope you can experience that yourself.
All right, Bill. Thank you. Yeah, that is a good book.
Michael B. Loya, you guys know him.
Yeah, Texar.
I spoke to a group, this is 15 years ago, and I had this book, and I told the crowd, I said, look, buy this book, and if you don't like it, I'll give you your money back. And he laughed. I bet he remembers that today, because here's a guy who gave a money-back guarantee on somebody else's.
It's not even your book, Bill.
I figured I would
We're freaking crazy in Cleveland.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you, Bill. Thank you, Bill. Hey, all right.